Wanted to jump on here while I'm feeling so good. Energy boost. I want to do more of this. I want to be on stages. I want to activate people. I'm super fired up for life. So I want to help with the same for you guys. And there's just a lot of ways that I see people that could be living their dream now, and there's no reason we can't be, and I want to help take steps towards that. So the first things first is, what lights you up the most? If you understand energy, understand how the universe works, we are one vibration, one frequency. That's why I call my people the energy freaks, because we are all a unique expression of that frequency. And if you understand that that highest frequency is the greatest thing you can do for yourself, for the world, and aligns you with everything at that high frequency, all you have to do is follow that. So if you're following what lights you up, that is you tapping into that frequency. And I believe we all have a unique gift. That is why we feel that high frequency, which is why I feel we all have this calling. And now, why do we not access that calling? So I want you guys to start to feel into that. If you're joining now, how do we get into that state that today could be the day that I shift into that energy? I use energy first. I don't wait for things to happen. I'm not waiting for the external to change. And if I am, then I'm always going to be waiting for it to change, because we cannot change our external. We can only change within, and reality is a reflection of who we are and what we're doing. So please ask your questions, leave your comments. I'd love to see people joining this chat and sharing, so I could share from their experience, because when I have questions and people share their specifics, I can help the most. So what is calling you? What lights you up the most? What is a goal? It could be in your health, which is your body, your physical body, training, your goals, your achievements. Especially as a man, we want to push our bodies and see the limits, and it brings so much confidence within when we're taking care of ourselves to the highest. And it could be in your wealth, it could be in your business. Are you aligning what you love to do with how you impact the world? And everything you receive is about how much value you provide to the world. And on that, just like I said earlier about your highest frequency, when you're in your zone of genius, that is when you're going to deliver the most value. So it's about owning your role and saying, this is what I truly want to do. I have this analogy of a resume. Before, when I was not seeing a route of how my passion can bring me money, I'd say I can do this job for now. And I kept getting responses for that type of work. Say it was creative work or content. But when I was courageous enough to say, this is actually what I truly want to do, then I realized to me, I was like, oh, I was putting up the wrong resume. And your energy signature is like your resume to the universe. Is saying, this is what I believe in myself. This is what I truly want to do. And it's up to you. The universe is completely neutral. So what are you putting out there? And one way to know what you're putting out there is see what you're getting back. What is the universe telling you? Are you getting these opportunities in one way? Are you attracting these types of people, these types of experiences? Use them as a reflection to say, ooh, that's what I'm putting out. And how can you change that? And that's the beautiful part of what I'm trying to teach here, is being that energy within. Once you own that your energy is within and everything's a reflection of what you're vibrating, then you get the power back to change it. Because if you're saying, I don't like that, you can't go over there and change that. But you can change within and start to see your reality shape around it. So we talked about your health, your body, your wealth, your business. And more on the business is, I believe we were in an old paradigm of you have work and you work hard and then you have your passion over here. But now I'm seeing this new paradigm of courageous people saying, I believe I can be in harmony with everything I do. So for me, for example, it's all about expression. Rapping, music, that's like my ultimate being. And then all the way on the doing side is private coaching. That is me helping you find your beingness. And in the middle is workshops and small groups. So it's almost private one-on-one. That's where I directly help people. Then small groups and facilitations and workshops. And then all the way to large stages, which is me just performing, maybe as an actor, maybe as my music, maybe as even just like a Tony Robbins type of just motivational speaker. But that whole expression feels like I'm mastering all different parts of me and getting fully expressed. And that's what this concept is all about. Are you fully expressing who you truly want to be and who you're truly meant to be? And so often in my life, I doubted who I wanted to be, or I didn't think it was worthy of things, or because it was my way, it wasn't the good way, and it was ego, but it wasn't the truth. It's what lights you up. And when you do that, you have endless energy to do it. So when I was dunking, people always asked me, how do I have so much energy? How do I train? How do I do this? I wanted to teach energy because I knew it was more about me connecting to my vision of where I wanted to go than it was about finding the right workout or the right strategy. By the way, if you're joining now, leave a comment. I would love to know your specifics of what's calling you, what lights you up, why do you feel like you're not living your dream right now? Or if you are, what is that dream? What is your unique gift to the world? How are you sharing your voice with the world? How are you being your most unique expression of this universe right now? And how do we share in this energy of activation and stand up, baby? The sun is coming out. That's why I'm also fired up, feeling so good, feeling healthy. So we talked about health, we talked about wealth, and now love and romance and partnership and even family. That's the love aspect. How are you showing up in your relationships? What relationship do you want? Are you embodying the man you want to be for your family? So often we think about security over here and our passion and our authentic self over here. But that is not going to be the greatest way you can serve the world. And if you're having to be inauthentic, that's going to drain you just a little bit. And if you're thinking in the terms of frequency, any dimness, any dimming of your authentic light, that's going to drain your energy. You're going to have less energy for your family and your wife. But if you're authentic and lit up over here, even in your work and how you serve the world, it's going to keep your energy in the highest frequency, and you're going to be authentic at all times. You are one energy. If you're not authentic in your work or what you do to make money, you're not going to be fully authentic in other places because you're not living your truth. So it takes balls to say, I believe that living my most authentic life is going to bring me the greatest ROI. I call it ROE. What is your return on energy? How are you understanding that the more energy you have for everything that you do and the more you're not draining yourself, the more you're going to have for everything that you do? It's about giving your energy away. It's not about this job, I give my energy over here, I give it over here. If your job is amplifying and it's your zone of genius, it's going to do just that. It's going to keep you filled. Of course, you're going to work hard. If anything, you're going to work harder. Look at me. I'm doing this because I'm passionate about it. And it's my zone of genius to speak and to inspire and to activate. And I freaking love it. I could do it more. Have I heard of the 4x4 48 challenge? I haven't. Is it 48 hours of running 4 miles? Something like that? Thank you for the comment, by the way. Keep sharing. So finding your zone of genius, I'm passionate about helping people do that. And in my coaching, I've unlocked people to say, this is what they truly want to do. They are living their dream. They are connected to their heart. And when you do that, you can't lose. And if you're not doing that, what are you building your stability on? What are you building your security on? You're saying your job is stable, but it's not even truly who you are. How is that going to even lead to the most prosperous, most abundant life if it's not truly who you are? The Dharma frequency is you using your unique gifts to a unique need in the world. But if you're not tapping into your unique gifts and not showing up authentic, how do you expect to match that unique need? You're going to be doing something. And I've done it. I was there. I was in corporate. I was in jobs, so many jobs that I didn't want. But I had to slowly build the confidence within to say, this is what I truly want. Get the clarity of who I am. And then the courage to act on that's what I want to do. And the commitment to make the lasting change. Stay committed when things go up and down. So there's a couple people in here. If you want to chat, what are your unique gifts? If you want to share, what's your block? If you can feel what's in your block. And if you're seeing this after it's live, share it in the comments. I will personally message you. And if you want to message me privately, you can message me on Instagram or email me. But I would love to help unlock you to access your gifts. And I want to do this more. I want to make a community of people that are activated because we need more people in this state. Because when you're in this state, you have different thoughts. When you're in this state, your actions come inspired. They're not saying, I got to do this, I got to do that. It's not coming out of desperation. It's not coming out of lack. It's coming out of a place of love, which is only going to allow you to align with that frequency. So back to partnership. When you think of the person, this is the Be the Energy formula, by the way. It's a great way to expand mental resilience. I love that. So with health, wealth, and love, the formula is the same. Whether it's your job, whether it's your body, it's what goal is most exciting to you? How can you feel that? So the step one is feeling it. Feel what lights you up the most. And there could be blocks that come up already, which is, do I deserve to get there? How do I get there? We always question how, but it's not for us to know how. Or will it bring me money? I've never seen it before, which means you're defining your future by your past. So how can you feel what's most lighting you up? I want to be a rapper. I want to be a speaker. I want to be an elite athlete. Whatever it is, just let it light you up and feel excited about it. And then part two is releasing it. You leave it. So you say, I don't need that. That would be nice, but I don't need it. And why do you do that? Because that is just the way your mind sees that energy that you felt. So you're lit up, you got that frequency, and your mind said, oh, it's a rapper, oh, it's a speaker, but maybe it's not, but it still means you're going towards that. It's just about the feeling. And you also release how to get there. Because so often we say, I want to go this route, and we're trying to think of the best route, but that's not for our minds to figure out. It's for us to just feel into. And the last one is be it. So that energy you felt from that vision, from that exciting spot, how can you be that person now? Because the only difference from you and your future self is becoming a vibrational match. You are not becoming that person. You're already that person, but there's things in the way that we put. So life is that journey of removing anything that's in the way from us feeling that vibration now. And that's how you be it today. So if I made this much money, I would feel like this. I would feel free. How can you feel free today? If I met this woman, I would feel in love. I would feel complete. How do you feel that today? How do you be it today? And that's what I mean by be the energy. Okay, there's a couple people in here. Any blocks, if you're willing to express and share your blocks, you will make change now. I want these calls. I might do them every single day. What is your block? And if you're sharing it and you're able to activate it, you're going to make a breakthrough. Now, my coaching is to help you make lasting change, because a breakthrough is just the first step. You have this activated step. You say, this is my step. This is my clarity. This is where I'm going. You take that step, but you have to commit. And my coaching helps you commit to take those steps over and over again. I keep you activated in this state for an extended period of time, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, and then you'll see that lasting change because now you're acting differently. I'm going to dive into that a little bit. So our actions can reveal our beliefs. Our actions will not change if our identity and our beliefs don't change. That's another thing I'm trying to do here, is help you expose your beliefs. Because if something keeps happening, a pattern, that means you're choosing it on some level. If you haven't got to a level or a place you want, it's because that's what you believe about yourself. So your actions and your reality can show you what you believe, and then vice versa. You can act as that new belief. So as that vision we just did with the Be the Energy formula, when you see that vision, what actions would you take? You'll get inspired to take those actions now. And that will start to align with that vision. It'll start to align with that higher version of yourself, and you'll start to be that person now. There is no difference. So how can you be that? And what is in the way? So if you're here in this live stream, if you're courageous enough to say what is in the way or what you're feeling, what emotion is feeling stuck in you, how can you share that? And I'm here to live coach with you to help those breakthroughs now. And it'll be incredible. And I want to do this more and have it grow and just grow it together, to watch our audience and our impact grow together, to have people that actually transform and step up in this way. So if this is activating you, let me know. If you're watching this not live, share a comment that it helped, share a question, share what you'd want to see more of, because the feedback is everything. I would love more and more people in these lives just to freaking have that energy amplified. Whew. So new personal breakthroughs for me were, I ran a freaking marathon. You may know me as a dunker, but I thought a marathon would be maybe possible in my life, and maybe one day. I thought a half marathon would be a huge achievement. And I went to run it. You can watch that whole episode, but I ran the half marathon. 4 days later, I ran a whole marathon. As you could tell, I feel amazing. It was actually 1 week ago yesterday. And then I'm like, what else is possible? And just like dunking, it broke me open so much. I'm like, oh my goodness, what else is possible? So actually on Wednesday, I did this new workout called the High Rocks workout. It's fitness racing, and I just tried a sample workout. I didn't do it to a T, but I felt amazing, and it felt exciting, and I felt like competitive again, and I felt like an elite athlete. So the reminder for me was, one, breakthroughs can happen, and there's still so much more to see what we're capable of. I'm not a good runner. Nick, is that my boy Nick? You know, I guess I'm a good runner now. I'll tell you about that if you have questions about it. But so I just feel so broken open because I did this High Rocks workout that feels like I can compete in the world championship. And just the thought of that gets me excited. So I'm just going with that thought. So when I used to block myself when I was stopped dunking, I would try to let go of everything, to shed, to make sure I wasn't doing it from a place of ego. And then I started to feel stagnant. I started to feel worse, but I was still learning. I was learning my mind. And then when I finally said, I'm just going to do it for the fun, I started to get my energy back. And it's so much about not over analyzing what you're doing. And the same is true with the business. I see it so often when people are trying to align their business because it has money. They're like, if I was doing this for the love, I wouldn't need the money. I don't need the money. And yes, you don't need it, but it's also a natural result. The same way of pushing your body to the limit and seeing what you're capable of, you get shredded, you look good, you feel good, you're able to run a marathon. So these are all just beautiful bonuses along the way. So you're not attached to it, but you have to let yourself go towards it. Go towards the excitement, follow the fun without over analyzing. And that is a principle of me. Oh, I love this. Okay. How do you fill up your day with 24 hours of positivity? I find that I just run out of positive things to do. I freaking love this question, and I love that there's 10 people in here right now. Leave a comment, share, let's amplify this energy. The more energy you give me, the more I will give you. I swear I am so fired up to be on thousands and thousands of people in the audience on stage. I'm ready to be on stage, and I'm gonna show you my journey, how I get there. It feels like my calling, and I'm honored to do it, and it's terrifying at the same time. Okay. How do you fill up your day with 24 hours of positivity? First of all, it's not 24 hours. I am not positive all the time. Even right before this call, I just spent 2 hours on my computer working on things, developing my business, and I got a little in my head. After that, I'm like, what do I do next? And a lot of times it goes through these cycles of doing and being. So a lot of times I go do, I work, and I'm inspired. And then when I'm done with those actions, it's kind of like working out. I'm like, what do I do next? So you can look at it as a microcosm, macrocosm of working out. When you're like, oh, I know I want to hit upper body today. You do that, you hit it hard. When you're done with that workout, you don't continue to hit upper body all day long, right? Even the next days, maybe you rest, maybe you stretch it, maybe you do lower body the next day. That's the same thing with positive actions. You're inspired, you take the action, you get on a live stream, you talk, right? Then after that, you don't need to know what's next. And if that's how I live my life, I love to measure my life by moments of inspiration. Nugget right there. Comment that there. If you comment that there, you're going to light me up. And what I mean by that is I inspire others, that lights me up. And when I'm inspired, when I say, I know I want to do this, when I live stream, when I know I want to do it, I do it. And then if some other times when I'm not that inspired, I can wait for inspiration. I'm not someone, I believe there's a spectrum. I'm not a person that's not willing to take action. If anything, I want to wait to take the right action because I can take any action. So point is, if you have no idea what to do, just do nothing. And what I mean by that is play some music. Just get in a good state. Come to this live. That's what it's for. It's like, come to my content. Get back into your energetic state. Just be like, what are my dreams am I chasing? Remind yourself, like, what feels good? Just breathe, eat something, drink something, lay down, get some sun on your face. It doesn't matter, but you get back in the state and then the inspired actions come. Okay. So one can only meditate, journal, and exercise so much. Exactly. So you're doing all these positive things. Now I want to ask you, why are you doing all those things? To feel good, right? Can I still dunk? No. Why are you doing those things? Meditating, journaling, exercising, to be the best you can be, right? So that's why I started this live stream on. If you're just joining in now, check it back, go back to it. But like finding your most authentic calling. For me, I meditate, I journal and exercise to perform the best I can be. So when I do all those things, one, I want to go perform. I'm doing this right now. It feels amazing. But then also when I do all of that, I just want to be free. I just want to be at peace. Sometimes I just want to laugh. So I call up my friends, do some of those things. I don't think I can do a rim grazer dunk. I haven't jumped in a while. I can run a marathon though. What's fucking good, boy? Hey, he's a runner, I guess. I'm going to do a high rocks. I might say it here first. I'm a high rocks world champion. There's not a lot of people competing in it, but we'll see. But I'm going to get back to your next question in a second. And the last thing I wanted to say is like, why, remind yourself why you're doing it. And every moment is in flow with life. Like you don't need to do everything constantly. There's doing and being. And so often we need to just be in the beingness. Just sit, look around, look at the sun. Look how amazing this life is that we can connect, you know? So just what would make you happy in that moment? And maybe you don't need to do anything. Just be at peace, in awe of this moment. Like right now we can take a moment and be like, look what's happening. I'm talking to you. You're talking to me. I'm creating this video. The sun is shining on my face. I'm on this planet and I get to make music. I get to potentially be on stages. I get to potentially express my unique gifts to the world. Okay. Sometimes I feel like I work so hard to become the person I want to be, but I never end up being him. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing. Who agrees with that? How many of you can feel that? If so, go to his comment and like it if you can. Or if you're watching this in the past or not live, go share that you feel that you feel Nick's energy. Okay, because I've been there too and I still feel it daily. You have to practice being him. So him, right? We say, I'm him. That's what I am doing when I rap. So I'm like, sometimes I use my rapping to embody that person. And I think to myself, when I'm famous, but I'm like, wait, who would I feel like when I'm famous? I freaking show up differently, bro. Even on this live stream right now, when I think about that my music is famous, that I've been on stages with thousands of people, that I've made all the money in the world, that I've inspired people, and I've got to connect with amazing people. Like, I'm different. Like, it changes you now. So you have to practice being that person, and you'll see you start to talk differently, you start to walk differently, you interact with people on the street differently, you have different thoughts, different inspired actions. And that's my juice. That is what it means to be the energy. And if you want to work with me directly to embody that, I will help you do that. I will activate you into that being, and I will help you uncover what's in the way, because I truly believe we are all already that ultimate being, and we just put things in the way. The journey of life is to experience all of it, but we've also slowed ourselves down by putting limiting beliefs, limiting doubts. And I believe if we didn't have any of them, we would just be growing and being so connected to our path. Because right now, when I'm on my path and I know things are happening and I feel the synchronicities and I see the opportunities, I love the journey just as much. And if you can get there, you're gonna be like, wow, this is so amazing to see how everything's unfolding. Fantastic question. Yo, throw a like on this. Subscribe to your boy. This is just the beginning. If you can't even tell, I've been doing YouTube since 2011. I stopped dunking because look at what's next. I wanna reinvent myself. I wanna go to bigger and better stages. I wanna see what more I'm capable of. Who do you know is doing that? That was one thing, that was one expression. Why do you want me to keep dunking? I dare you to answer it. Deflex1, whoever's watching this. Why do you want me to keep dunking? Why did you love me dunking? Because I was fully expressed, because I was having a blast? Do you understand that taught me the first level of my joint? Because I was good at it, yes. What if there's something I'm even better at? Because right now, by you saying that, you're saying I'm limiting myself to dunking. Or I should, because if I feel this calling to something even more, what if dunking was the stepping stone to something bigger, to be something way more? Would you want me to stay dunking, or would you want me to go to more? That's a big question I would love for you guys to ask, who was asking why I stopped dunking. Would you want me to stop if you knew I was going to be a famous rapper, famous speaker? Would you want me to keep dunking? Why would I do both? Why would I do both? What if it was something I have to let go of to see what I'm potentially capable of? You can't do everything. And that's something you have to understand about boundaries. We are limitless beings, but we have to have our limits. What if something is better for my body, better for my expression, and even more powerful? Dunking is life, but it's the lifestyle we learned from it. It's the frame. It was one expression. It shows you what you're capable of when you put all your focus into one thing. These are really great questions. Thank you. They got me really passionate. All right. I love doing this. I want to know if you guys would tune in live every day. I'll probably do it anyway because I have a lot to say. I've been on really amazing podcasts lately. I'm hosting a men's group every Sunday in person. I have a lot of workshops coming up, one online, that if you guys want to join, it's completely free. Just drop your email, text me it. And I'm super pumped. I think that might be it for today, unless you guys have more questions. But remember, feel what lights you up the most and allow yourself to move towards that every single day. Every moment you can move towards that. It's about getting in the state and then saying, I am it now. And what comes to mind? If there's any blocks, that's just your work. If there's any triggers, everything is your teacher. If something bothers you, an experience, a person, let that be a reminder that you can remove that. Let it be like, ooh, I get to remove that. And now it's gonna be a quantum leap. And that was another thing about the marathon. It was a quantum leap. How much fun are quantum leaps in life? I got to this place where all I want to do is quantum leap. Because the breakthroughs I have, the white David Goggins, I want to be David Goggins, but my intention with the marathon was to do it healthy, was to come out of it stronger, come out of it healthy, like nothing. I didn't want to push myself. I said it on the episode. I didn't want to push myself to be like hospitalized, be like, I finished a marathon. I didn't want to do that. So the fact, dunking was a quantum leap. And now I just took another one with this marathon. So the way you have a quantum leap is trusting your knowing and going towards it. And the way the marathon did that was I knew I can do it, and I was detached if I got there. I said, you know what? If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, but I'm going to push myself to the very limit, listening to that call. So are you listening to your calling? Are you answering your call? Because we all, this is the greatest gift. We all have a pull within us to our potential. And all we have to do is listen to that pull, and there's going to be fear. You're going to notice fear. But courage is acting despite fear. It's not having no fear. So can you act on that calling and move towards it despite the fear? And when you do that, you're gonna love who you're being now. It's gonna feel like a becoming. It's not gonna feel like you're just questioning. And I love this analogy of the doors when you're committing. When you have this calling, it's calling you through a door. Thanks a lot, D-Flex. I appreciate that. When he said, I love your mental approach. I like, and it's inspiring. Thank you. When you're committing to a new way, to taking a step, a lot of blocks I see is like there's a door and you're afraid to go into that door because you're basically saying no to all the other doors. You're closing them, and that's scary because you're like, is this the right door? So you don't take the step. Then the other thing is when you take the step, is like, how do I know it's the right step? All of these are overanalyzing, but the point is, if you don't step through a door, then you're standing with the opportunities in front of you and you're not moving. There's no energy moving. That's when you start to stagnate because you don't take any steps. So be more afraid of not taking any steps, because the second you step through a door, yes, you close those other doors and you miss out on those other doors, but you got data. You're gonna go through that door and know, okay, this was the right one or the wrong one. And there's actually no wrong one because you're getting clarity. The only wrong one is not stepping. So again, if you're feeling the call to take a step, I'm here to do that. I offer free activation calls for personal. So if you have personal questions, I'd love to talk to you one-on-one so we could dive deeper, because this is what I love to do. And I don't know how long my private coaching is going to be open. I have 2 spots right now for people that want to go on a journey together. And I just see myself starting to open up to workshops and groups. So I may do more speaking. So I don't know if I'll always do private coaching, but it's something I love to do. I love doing this. So maybe do more of this. I don't know how long I'll do these lives, but I definitely want to speak to people and be on stage often. So thank you guys so much. Leave a comment, share it, activate with your boys. I want to know the feedback. What helped you? What's new? What is it inspiring you? What are your unique gifts? What are steps on your path that feel hard, that feel easy, that feel like maybe you've got stuck on? I want to hear from you. Any last questions before I go? This was fantastic. I hope it helped you. Again, let's finish off in a good state. Just get up, take a breath. I am moving towards my path now. I am on my path now. Everything in my future I can feel now, and it's pulling me towards it. And I have this guidance now. And all we have to do is get in this state. We don't have to figure out how. It's about feeling the energy and trusting the energy and owning our unique gifts. And when we do that, we are in flow with everything that is us and beyond us. We are part of nature. Nature is happening. The earth is happening. Life is happening. And when we're in harmony with all of that, we are in harmony with all the forces of life. A tree doesn't try to grow. It just grows. It's not thinking how to grow. It's not trying to grasp more sun. It's just growing naturally and expressing itself naturally. That's how effortless our lives can be. Our lives can be. And I want that for you. Anything else? Any last questions before I go? Feel into that. I hope this helped activate you. Much more coming. This is just the beginning. If you guys have been rocking with me for this whole journey on YouTube, it's incredible where life is taking me and where dunking is taking me and where my next steps are going. And I'm just so happy you guys are here, and I'm so happy you share with me. Every single comment makes my day. Every single like makes my day, and it helps because I want the algorithm to help me find more freaks. I just want to inspire the world and help other people ignite the world on fire the same way I want to. So if you're helping me do that, we are just helping raise the vibration of the world, and I couldn't be more grateful. So I think I'm gonna wait for this to get to 30 minutes just because that's 45 seconds. So for the last 40 seconds, what are you grateful for right now? that I came on this live, that you guys are here sharing with me, that I can feel excitement, that I have the opportunity to dream, that I have the opportunity to use this technology, the opportunity to speak and to feel my expansion, to make these breakthroughs and to see what I'm capable of, and the energy to do so. It's all about having the energy to do so. And the only reason we don't is because we let it be drained. So have your boundaries strong. Trust in your heart. If you have that internal compass within you, you are free at every moment. And if you're building success within now, you're doing the best you can for your life. I'm gonna end it right here. Your health, your wife, your business, and your impact. Follow your heart. Be the energy. Let's go. Ah!